the rider at the club, just the one that says the box where it's like you can't go full born again Christian, you can't go like Christian Scientist, you can't go full vegan.
There's a baseline established.
If you'd like to be a vegetarian personally, that's fine, but you still need to. I still need to find some lunch meat in the house.
Yeah,
I would do that, right?
Yeah, my ex-wife went all.
Good morning, allies. Today I go back to the city council. Yeah, city council meeting round 2 for me. Gonna hold their nose against the mess that they made in the bedroom. Basically what happened the last time I went. Well, the staff, the city staff, right, they're directed by the council to go off and do these studies. And the study that they did was to come up with this missing $5 million. And they came up with all kinds of stupid stuff, like close the library on the Friday and don't open it again until Monday, so the weekend crowd can't go to our amazing world-class library. Yeah, pretty stupid. They had all kinds of other dumb ideas that are just either fear-mongering or trying to punish the citizens for not adding in a new tax. There's 4 things that basically could happen. They could make the sheriff station a satellite campus, meaning the sheriffs aren't gone, they operate out of another station, which is a major cost savings. The big one is they could close the theater company. They have this theater that just hemorrhages money. It's $7 million in the hole this year is its operating budget. $7 million that it gets from the city. It can't even pay for its own budget. There's a power plant deal, and then there's this museum that they want to put in. That the guy who owns the museum has recently had an interview where he's admitting that he loses $1.5 million a year, and he doesn't think he'll ever get in the black. Like, he's constantly red. So our city basically had this grant program, this fund program from the county, this redevelopment fund. And that's how we were living high on the hog. We were like a kid with a credit card who didn't have to pay any of the interest, or didn't have to pay any of it back. So we kept producing and buying new things and new things and new things. Well, now the redevelopment thing is gone. So now we have to pay the piper. We have to figure out how to pay for the people that we've employed. Oh, and by the way, they just recently gave them a raise, right? So now we have employees that got a raise. We have a museum that they're trying to install that isn't going to be profitable. We have a theater company that's already majorly in the hole, and they want to tell us that they're $5 million in debt, that they need $5 million more dollars, and they want to do that through taxing the citizens. Get out of here with that. Oh my God, the truck, his brake lights are out in front of me. You couldn't imagine a more stupid thing to be stuck behind, this big flat white wall of bullshit. Oh my goodness, look, okay, it's turning red. Cars in front of him are turning red. I think that's why it gives him a big gap so that he can brake, and then here we go. And we're braking, and we're braking. No lights, no lights, no lights. It's seriously like less than 20 bucks to buy replacement brake lights. And I mean, like, should be close to under 10. And nobody, and it just happens all the time in California. It's probably all over the place. What do you guys, you get a lot of that? I don't know. Tell me below. New plant? Oh my God. Good evening, allies. I'm back again at the city council for Cerritos meeting. Walking in right now. Got a big meeting today. They're gonna talk about voting for the tax hike, and I can't let that happen, can I? Understand that where you can affect the most change as a citizen, as an American, is at your local level, guys. Somebody got in a big fight with me the other day telling me that getting involved with local politics was not effective, and that you really needed to throw it all in for your high federal level positions. Crap. Getting involved with the local is the thing that affects you more than just about anything. In day-to-day life, what goes on, you can actually be a part of that change if you get active, if you get involved. And that's what this is. That's what I'm doing right now. That's what you should do too. Find out what they're talking about. See if you need to go. Make sure you're keeping them honest. A lot of leftover maple bars.
Question 16 asked if one would support a sales tax increase in the amount of 1% to fund law enforcement, recreation and library services, and the maintenance of streets, sidewalks, and trees to sustain the current quality of life in Cerritos. 25.88% of survey participants responded yes, and 74.12% responded no. The next question asked, would you support the development of a rapid transit service that would service Cerritos, such as a monorail? 19.48% of respondents said yes, and 80.52% said no.
Hello again. Also, I apologize that there's kind of going to be some overlap. I appreciate that things changed a little bit. But okay, I was here a few months ago, and in the last meeting I saw 3 major cost centers, CCPA, Magnolia Plant, and Water Municipality, that all had TBDs next to potential budget savings. And I appreciate hearing today that those analysis is going to happen. That means a lot. But the question I have to ask is, how is it that duly elected representatives of the people can be urging for a vote on taxes when we don't have all the information? It would seem through all the surveys that I've seen that the will of the people is not in support of this tax, particularly if things like these TBDs remain open or continuing to hit the budget. We're all watching to see how council votes on this budget. Are they going to show they are representing the constituents, or are they in office to push their own agenda? Proposing to close libraries for dozens or for citizens on the weekend, a $200K savings, while CCPA is allowed to continue hemorrhaging $2 million in losses or more, is not representing the people. Passing an unwanted sales tax while approving an unwanted museum is not representing the people. I understand that we lost the redevelopment monies. That doesn't mean the first thing we do to find replacement for those funds is through taxation. It means that we should consider removing the services that the people have obviously communicated they do not want. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, sir.
And now, today, we are dead broke. This is a no-brainer. What we need to do is, firstly, look at the cuts. Just as we would have done for our personal finance, we would have first looked at where we could cut the expenses. And some of them we have already gone many times. Let me reiterate. If, again, in our personal finance, if we had a real estate which was running negative, it would have served us no purpose to show off and say, I have this beautiful house, but which is not getting me any revenue. We have to keep putting money year after year. And I'm talking about CCPA. It's a big black hole. We need to get rid of it now. It may be difficult, but we need to get rid of it right now.
I'll go first. I think that, first of all, we do have a plan with all of the costs, the proposed cost reductions that were made by the staff. But since then, we have had a lot of input. And one of the things that I'd like to see is for us to reconsolidate that and look at the survey. For me, the survey is predictable. And what I mean by that is everybody in the city of Cerritos loves all the services. They value the services here. But they don't value them enough to think that it's affected any of their property values or anything, but they value them, but they don't want to pay for them. So what I see for us, if I follow the lead of the community, is to go ahead and make the cuts and make them across the board.
Center is 441, recreation services. Chen? Aye. Edwards?
No.
Polito?
No.
Solanki?
Aye.
Ray?
Aye.
Motion passes 3-2. Next is the community safety. Eliminating community safety. Next slide.
451.
Yeah, community safety. Okay.
They just did all the recreation approvals.
Chen? Aye. Edwards?
No.
Polito?
No.
Solanki?
Aye.
Red.
Aye.
Motion passes 3-2.
That was
We have to look at our contracts with
Yes.
That may be a year more down the road.
oh my god.
Okay, item
Oh my
462, which
That was
is
the substation. The sheriff's substation.
Right?
Yeah.
We don't need to move on that. Next one is,
I'm pretty open about this, and I think pretty much everyone in here tonight was talking about that they support public safety. I didn't see this coming. And on a roll call vote, you really don't know where it's going to go, especially when it goes 3-2. But on that one swing vote, we have pretty much reversed this community's commitment to public safety.
1 up to 1, and it's a 20-year sunset.
Correct. That's the motion we have on the floor. We have a roll call.
Chen? Aye. Edwards?
Aye.
Polito?
Aye.
Solaki?
No.
Ray?
Aye.
Motion passes 4-1.
It is almost 12 a.m. Wow. That council meeting is still going on. They're talking about their stupid election cycles. I gotta say, I'm pretty disappointed. So what the council did, let me see if I can paraphrase what the council did. I propose that the council didn't do anything. Didn't vote to close a budget, or select items to be cut from the budget, or, and this was the real important one, or vote to put a 1% tax on the ballot. I just said, guys, you have some major cost centers. You have some major expenditures that you need to figure out. No joke, what do these things cost? No joke, how much money can we save by cutting them? No joke, how much can we save by turning this over to a third party and letting them pay us in a lease or whatever? They didn't want to do that. They just wanted to move forward. So there's these 2 major cost centers, 3 major cost centers that are sitting out there that don't have coverage on. And they did that. And they did that because they needed to vote for cuts so that they could say, well, we also want the tax to go on the ballot. And that's exactly what happened. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna vote in a tax to go on the ballot. And they're gonna take off all those cuts. So no cuts are gonna happen. The budget is not gonna get balanced. We'll still operate a deficit budget, but we'll have a 1% tax, whatever, with 15 million increase from the 1%. And that will allow them to replenish the reserves and bullshit the deficit spending and keep it all just going on down the river without actually having to do any work. That is, so when I told you earlier, like, this is why you need to get involved with your local government. This is exactly what I'm talking about. We need to vote these people out, and I can be actively involved in that process. I can actively see these people, I can actively go out and explain to my fellow citizen why they need to be removed from office, etc., etc. Wow. Well, the council's still going. You can see that right here. Politics, man, politics. We're gonna have to come down on these people. We're gonna have to go out and actively politic now. Pound the ground. Question of the day: have you ever been involved in a grassroots campaign? Whether it's to get a bill squashed or get someone elected, have you ever gone door to door? I have. If you have, post below, I'd like to hear it. Alright guys, talk to you tomorrow. I'll see ya. Tomorrow, I am taking one of your recommendations. I am going to go to Buffalo Wild Wings and do the Buffalo Wild Wings challenge. Check it out tomorrow, guys. See ya.